I think you're amazing.
You are too, Henry.
Thank you so much. Well, Perry, you are awesome.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, and I appreciate you what you're doing too, buddy.
Well, thank you. Because if you allow the world to define you, if you allow friends to define you, if you allow your spouse to define you, or anybody to define you outside of how God sees you, that does open the door to rejection. God bless you. I hope y'all have an amazing day.
Thank you, Brother Henry.
Thank you.
God bless you too. Thank you for having us.
My, don't we have a great show for you today? I'm Henry Harris, and you're watching the Brother Henry and You Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Won't you do me a favor right now and share the link right there? Share the link. Let's get the word out, because I really believe that today's show is going to inspire someone, is going to help someone. After all, as you know, that's why I am here. So I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for everyone who participates, who comments, who share. I love reading your responses. My show is very diverse. We have guests from all over the place that comes on, and we just love hearing from you. And that's something I've done. Every time I begin a show, I always thank my audience for being here, because you could be watching another show, you could be doing other things, but you've taken 15 to 30 minutes out of your time each week to tune in. So I really appreciate you for doing that. Today, I just want to come and talk about something that dawned on me last night. And I just want to come and share with you, are looks really all that matter in dating? Are looks all that matter in dating? There are a lot of people, and let's just be honest, in the dating scene or the dating world, you get on the app, if you be honest, if you look at it, you swipe left, swipe right. A lot of that, if you really think about it, is some people do it based on what that person looks like. Oh, she's not cute. He's not handsome. Oh, she's all right. Oh, he ain't. You know. But let's just be honest. We do that. We determine our interest in someone. Most of the time, is solely and ultimately based on what that person looks like. And I think the true question is that all that really matters when it comes to in the dating world per se? Because so many of us have done that. I have done it. I've hooked up with women. I'm very transparent. I've hooked up with women in the past based on what they look like. But I did not go from external to internal. And we'll talk about that in a second. I was just focused on what that person looked like on the outside. That can be very harmful. That can be very detrimental to you when you're only focused on that person's physical appearance alone. You got to dig deeper. You got to do some investigation. You have to do your homework. Because after all, I don't believe that looks is all that matters when it comes to dating or marrying someone or connecting with someone. But you've heard the old saying that beauty is only skin deep. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And yet so many times we don't learn, or maybe we just don't learn enough as it relates to this subject. Sometimes when people such as myself talk about subjects like this, people automatically assume that there shouldn't be any type of physical attraction at all. And I want you to know that I am not saying that at all. Of course, there must be some sort of physical attraction, but what I've learned is that what really makes a person really beautiful is not just what they look like on the outside, but actually what they look like on the inside. The inside to me is relevant. The outside to me oftentimes is a little irrelevant, even though it's important as it relates to physical attraction. Because my goal from this day forward, well, that's in the dating world or whatever that may be, I feel like it's important to look within. That's what it's important to look within, not just look at that, oh, she's so pretty or he's so handsome. That's great. And those are great compliments towards that female or that male. My objective is that we need to look at it a little deeper because I believe that's important. And that's why I'm doing this show today, to challenge you to go a little deeper, dig a little deeper, learn more. How many know that every day of our lives we're learning, we're developing, we are evolving, we are growing? If you're not growing, you're going to become stagnated. Some of you watching right now, you're dating people based on just what they look like. And you have framed your whole identity or your world, sometimes even making a decision by being with that person just based off of what they look like. And I'm just telling you from experience, you're going to end up in a whole lot of trouble in a world full of devastation and hurt. Many of us have been taught or believe that it's all about what a person looks like. But how many know that attractiveness is not always important as we're led to believe? It is important in some aspects, but it's not fully important as it comes to the whole full package deal as it relates to being with someone. And many of you know this. To me, this is not a new revelation. I believe deep down inside, you already know this because it's resonating with you. It's resonating with your core being. It's resonating with your soul, your spirit. This is not new. Because many of you are resonating with what I'm saying. So let's just be honest. If and when we have an interest in someone, we tend to focus on what? I told you we were going to talk about it. We focus on the external. The external simply means that which appears on the outside. Their look, the makeup, the lipstick, the hair, the hips, whatever you want to call it, we tend to focus on that. And that's all we focus on. Many of us, including myself in the past, we stop at external. And we make our decisions based on external. I'm going to get engaged to this person. I'm going to marry this person. I'm going to date this person. I think to me this person's going to hit it off. Why? Because they look so good. Well, honey, that's not going to last long. I keep saying I'm speaking from experience because I am. Every show that I do is just so you know to our new viewers, it's something that I've experienced. I'm not just coming up, oh, let's just talk about this. Let's just do something for fun. No, this is something I've actually walked through in my life. In my 36 years on this planet Earth, this is something that I've been through. This is something that I've encountered. So I'm not just talking about something that I haven't been through because I've been there. And I believe in my heart that the greatest testimony or the greatest story that one can tell is that which they have encountered. I personally don't like listening to people, and I wouldn't want you to listen to me if I haven't been through what I'm talking about. I like to talk about things that people can resonate with and can not only resonate, but can relate to. Oh, I know what he's talking about. I've been through there. I've been through that. I've been through this. So many times we focus just on the external, what that person looks like. We tend to focus on outward appearance. We tend to focus on outward beauty, which is within itself is not a bad thing, but it can become bad when looks is your ultimate reason as it relates to dating. Once again, I'm going to say this once again. I am not against physical attractiveness. So if you're watching this saying, oh, he's pretty, or maybe you're making the assumption that I'm saying that physical attractiveness doesn't matter. I have not said that. Actually, that's a part of it. What I'm saying is, it's not, you have to graduate beyond that is what I'm saying. And not just leave it there at the door. Go in a little deeper. Do a little bit more. Learn more about that person. Not just solely based on what they look like. Um, I am aware that there must be some physical attractiveness. But in today's show, I would like for us to kind of go a different route or a different angle because I want you to look at this in a new perspective. I want you to look at this in a new way, in a new light, so to speak. While there is nothing wrong with external beauty, we must understand that true beauty comes from what? Within. True beauty comes from within. That is so important. Because like I say, sometimes we look at people and we're like, woo. I mean, some people are beautiful. They'll knock you off of your feet. But I think inner beauty is more important. I really do. The person you may have an interest in may be beautiful. Or they may have a beauty, and if they are, that's a plus. That's a plus if you find them physically attractive. I wouldn't suggest you to be with someone if there's no physical attractiveness to them. You got to be physically attracted to be with someone. But have you taken the time today? Have you taken the time today to look internally? Now you may be saying, Brother Henry, what does that look like? What does that look like? What does inner beauty look like? You've expounded and elaborated on external beauty. What does inner beauty look like? You know what that looks like? It looks like being with a person who will actually treat you right. That's internal beauty. You know what internal beauty looks like? It looks like being with a person who will honor you for who you are. Internal beauty is being with someone who will cherish you, respect you. Someone who have your best interests at heart. This is what internal beauty looks like. It's someone that's going to be with you through thick and thin. When things get rough, they're not going to duck their tail and hide or take off running. It's someone that's with you for the long run or the long haul. They don't make excuses for their behavior. They don't, I know a lot of people are not familiar with that word gaslighting, which is another form of manipulation, but they don't gaslight you. They take full ownership of what they do. You know what? I was wrong. I won't do that again. I've always said this. I'm going to say it again. A true apology is accompanied by changed behavior. Can I say it again? A true apology is accompanied by change behavior. Sometimes it's not about, oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes people are sorry that they got caught. They are. It makes you ask that question, are you truly sorry? Because a true apology is saying, you know what, this is where I messed up at. Don't be with someone, and I made this mistake, don't be with someone where they make you feel like you're inferior or try to intimidate you into believing that you're the one that's always wrong. It's your fault. You. They never take ownership for themselves. That's pride. I don't care how beautiful she is. I don't care how handsome he is. There is pride in that person to act as though that they've never failed, that they've never made a mistake, that they don't have no improvement in their life. As we know, we all have certain areas in our lives that we can improve on. None of us are perfect. And I've always said this, you don't need someone that's perfect. You need someone that's perfect for you. You don't need someone that's going to come in your life in and out, playing these little mind games and whatnot. And I'll be honest with you, the older I get, I'm starting to discover and learn based off of past relationships that gets old. And no, I don't think all men are the same. I don't think all women are the same. But you got to look at that internal beauty. How is that person treating you? Are they respecting you? Are they honoring you? Are they being kind to you? Are they being good to you? if they're not exhibiting these positive traits towards you, I'm sorry. I don't care how gorgeous she is. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't care. I hope you have that same attitude. Because I'm telling you, you may be beautiful on the outside, but if you're beautiful on the inside and the external and internal come together, it blossoms into making you an even much more beautiful person. I'm pretty sure all of us have been with someone or we've connected with someone in our lives that was beautiful. Externally, that is. But what about internally? That's what my aim is. That's my goal, so to speak. You want to set goals when it comes to the dating world, or potentially going beyond dating to engagement, marriage, or whatever. It's okay with external. It's good to be attractive to them. But graduating beyond that is even much more important. Oh, how I wish that you could experience this type of beauty. What a beautiful sight it is. Just think about it. What a beautiful sight it is, or it must be, just to not focus on the external, but the internal. What does your heart look like? That is a very important question when it comes to dating someone. What does your heart look like? And sometimes people are not going to show you who they truly are. However, that is my interest at the end of the day. When I say I don't care what you look like, I'm basically saying that I do care in a sense, but I'm just not going to leave it right there. I'm not naive today to just go by looks alone. I want to know what your heart looks like. And the only way, and sometimes, I understand sometimes this happens over time, but the only way you can know, truly know what a person's heart looks like, you have to communicate. You have to talk. It's the only way. I don't mean, oh, you're so pretty, you're so handsome, you're so gorgeous. I ain't, okay, that lovey-dovey, what they call it, honeymoon stages. Show me the real you. And today, in the dating world, I think after a certain amount of time, people these days don't wait a long time to show you who they really are. What did Dr. Maya Angelou say? She said, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Believe them. You know why she said that? And that's a powerful quote. Because whoever they showed you they are the first time, that's who they are, baby. That's who they are. Don't be naive. Don't keep giving him or her a chance. I don't care if y'all the hottest couple on the planet. You have to dig deeper. You are cute, but I'm digging deeper. How many of you have been with someone that was very beautiful on the outside, but on the inside they were very irrational, mean-spirited, rude? On the inside, toxic. And I don't really like using that word much, but there are a lot of people out there that are very toxic. Toxic about past experiences they've been through, things that they've been through in their life. Which leads to another question. Should you even consider going into dating if you got all that baggage? And if you have all that baggage, do you think it's important that you let that new person know about your baggage that's over here that you're trying to hide behind your makeup and hide behind your muscles? They need to know. Because the unexposed is the unhealed, as William Paul Young says. That which you are unwilling to expose, you're not going to be healed. You can jump from relationship to relationship, woman to woman, man to man. At the end of the day, you are the problem. I had to tell myself that. Maybe in some relationships I've been in, I don't finger point and say, well, it was all her fault. What did I contribute to it? I think when it comes to contribution, both parties, if it didn't work out or whatever, had to contribute to something why it didn't work. Very seldom is it just that one person. Well, it's all his fault. No, sometimes I'm the problem. Maybe I said something I shouldn't have said. Maybe I've done something I shouldn't have done. There may be an initial spark. There may be an initial spark that just might lead to a very deep and genuine love. But I would hope it is an eternal beauty that is your true motivation at the end of the day. There may be a spark there. But I will hope what's motivating you is not just what they look like on the outside, the external. We're almost done. We must also realize today, to those that are watching, especially in the dating world, that some people are wearing a mask. This goes to what I said earlier, which interferes with your ability to see who that person truly is. Sometimes we wait. We do that, what I call the waiting game, and we hang out to see those red flags, so to speak. Or as many of you may say, you're waiting to see those true colors. As I said, these days, people don't wait too long. They show you real quick. Sometimes within the first 6 months, you're like, oh, I didn't know you were like that. Oh, I didn't know you were like that. Whoa, where did that come from? That is very important. I had a situation a while back where I had an interest in this one person, and one thing about me, I don't yell at you. I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to dishonor you. But this individual that I had an interest in felt like they wanted to yell at me. And you know that did not go over well. I brought it to their attention. I told her, I said, first of all, you're not going to yell at me. I don't care what's going on in your life or what made you feel like you had to do. There was no reason why she did it at that time. She just felt like she had to yell at me. And I just said, I'm not going to tolerate that. And that's what leads to what I'm talking about right here. In the beginning, this individual wasn't that way. Nice, sweet. But over time, you really start to see, does this person do this all the time? Do they exhibit this behavior all the time? And most of the time, they do. Like Dr. Maya Angelou said, believe them the first time. That's who she really is. That's who he really is. It's all about what you're willing to tolerate. What are you allowing in your relationships, in your dating world? Maybe we need to set some boundaries. Maybe we need to set some standards. It's not okay to be yelled at. It's not okay to be disrespected. It's not okay to take somebody through what you call silent treatment. It's not okay. What are you willing to deal with? So some people are wearing a mask, but I think what amazes me is that even those who attempt to hide it, they can't hide it for too long. Like I say, that old quote, what's done in the dark will eventually be exposed to the light. Many people hide their toxic ways behind beauty. But you got to realize that you may be able to hide it, but you can't hide it forever. And please don't misunderstand me. I understand we are a imperfect people. We are what I would call a work in progress. In the dating world, you're not going to meet the perfect woman. You're going to have your moments. She's going to have her moments. Y'all just got to come to an understanding. And that's just the truth. You're not going to meet the perfect person. However, I think what a lot of people do is that we settle. We settle maybe because we're bored, we're lonely, we don't want to be by ourselves. I'll be honest with you, I'd rather be by myself than to be with somebody that's toxic, that's still not over their past, that's not going to treat me right, that's not going to honor me. We're talking about internal beauty now. That's my goal. That should be your goal. Don't hook up with somebody just what they look like, because at the end of the day, it's much more to that. A cute face is good, but it isn't everything. A nice set of muscles is great. Is that what some of you women say? But it's not everything. The reality is your relationship will never last if you keep dating based on what that person looks like. You have to grow beyond the external to the internal. And sometimes seeing someone's heart fully takes time. It's like peeling an onion back. You keep peeling that onion back, peeling it back until you get to where you want to get, until you get to your destination. That's the way it is. You got to keep peeling it back until you start to see oh, maybe this person is good. Maybe this person is kind. Maybe this person will honor me, respect me, cherish me, treat me good. Sometimes it takes time. You got to keep peeling it back. You have to be patient. You have to grow, like I said, beyond the external to the internal. Your partner's physical appearance is not going to save the day. It's not. I don't care if she's the hottest woman on the planet. She's not going to save the day. He's not going to save the day. But what's important is that your values that you have, your standards, your boundaries, your shared perspective, and your life goals. You may be beautiful, but remember, true beauty is internal. Always remember, as it relates to dating, don't lead with your eyes, but lead with your heart. Woo! I'm going to say that one more time. As it relates to the dating world, don't lead with your eyes, what you can see with the external, but lead with your heart. Because at the end of the day, your heart knows, your spirit knows, deep down inside, your soul truly knows. Lead with your heart. Trust your instincts. God bless you. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/HenryHarris100, or go to our Facebook page, /The Brother Henry and You Show. God bless you. I'll see you next week. Share this program.
Well, Perry, you are awesome.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, and I appreciate what you're doing too, buddy.
Well, thank you. Because if you allow the world to define you, if you allow friends to define you, if you allow your spouse to define you, or anybody to define you outside of how God sees you, that does open the door to rejection.
God bless you, and I hope y'all have an amazing day.
Thank you, Brother Henry.
Thank you.
God bless you too. Thank you for having me.